All right, everybody. Happy Friday, everybody. New TJ Pod Live today. We're doing another TJ Pod Film Room. Today we're going to be doing a preview for the AFC and NFC Championship games in the NFL. So, football fans, get excited. We're going to do just a little bit of film breakdown like we did the other day. I thought this was kind of fun. Maybe this is something I'll do more next season, and even do some with the NBA as well. It's just kind of hard because I don't want to get slapped with any strikes and all that. You know how the overlords are. They're very protective of their property, which I had this discussion, and you know how I feel about it. But speaking of which, this has absolutely nothing to do with that, and that is the NFC and AFC Championship games. Man, what a great year this has been for football, though. Might I say. This has been an awesome year. It's been really exciting. Great bounce back year. Some new rule changes, threw some wrenches into things, and some teams have kind of blown up and come out of nowhere. And I think having that extra playoff spot has really kind of added a lot more parity to the league. I mean, this year was kind of crazy in terms of parity. I mean, there was really bad teams beating really good teams. You had the Jets beating this Bengals team who's in the AFC Championship game. You had Kansas City off to a slump early in the season and ended up coming back. And, you had Arizona off to a hot start, and then they lost to, who was it, the Jets, I think, or New England lost to the Jets, I think. Arizona lost to somebody. I forget who it was. They lost to a bad team. So, it's just been a crazy year in terms of, where teams have all fallen apart and where teams have kind of come together. You had teams that, seemed like they were dead in the water actually competing for the playoffs, like teams like the Falcons, who were just, kind of have been left in limbo for the last couple of years since that Super Bowl run and the blown lead and all that. And now it was crazy. They were like a game or half a game out of making the playoffs, which was crazy to think about. And then you had obviously teams like Pittsburgh who, tied in, their game against the Lions earlier this year, which was a crazy game. I watched that game, and then they ended up making a playoff run. And then you got teams like the Bengals who have just been, fantastic. And we're going to talk about them here. And it's just been a really cool year for the NFL, man, and really been a great bounce back year for them. It's been exciting, and this past weekend was arguably one of the best weekends in the history of football that I can remember. I mean, I'm sure people can bring up examples and we can have that debate, but just looking at this weekend and all four of these games and how great they were, and we talked about them already, but it's been really exciting. I'm excited to see what happens with these last remaining four teams, and who's going to be the one that hoists up the Lombardi this year. I think the game's in California, right? I thought they were going to move it. I don't know, but it's either in California or in Dallas. Who knows? But nevertheless, it'll be really exciting to see what happens. And we're gonna to preview it. I'm gonna kind of give my thoughts on how these games are gonna go. And for the record, I actually have a pretty good track record as far as score predictions. I guess 27-20 for Bengals Raiders, and it ended up being 26-19. So I was pretty close there. And then I think I said, I don't think I actually gave an actual score prediction for the Titans Bengals game, but I did say that the Bengals are gonna win. I just don't even think I thought about doing a score prediction, and I didn't even do a prediction for anything for that game. So it is what it is. But I talked about it, so can't hate there. I'll give score predictions today, though, and kind of, give my thoughts, and we'll go through some of the film and, see some of the coverage packages and things we're going to see from all four of these teams this weekend. And the good news is that we have game film of these teams and head-to-heads for both. I mean, and the two games we're going to look at are obviously the Week 17 Classic between the Chiefs and the Bengals this year, which was just a crazy game. We're going to take a look at that, and then we're going to take a look at the Week 18 matchup between the Rams and the 49ers, which was that overtime thriller. So we're going to take a look at both those games, dig into some of the film here, because, the eye in the sky does not lie. That's what they used to tell us in football. The eye in the sky does not lie. So let's go to the eye of the sky with the first game. We're going to break down the AFC Championship game, which I think is the first game that's played, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, we're going to take a look at this AFC Championship. As you can see, I got it as filtered as I possibly can. Let's hope I don't get booted. But, yeah, so let's take a look at this. And I got it in slow-mo here as well. So we'll just go through this and let me move this a little bit. It's a little easier. Okay, so, yeah, let's take a look at this. 2nd down and 10 is the first play we got here. So we'll take a look at the formation. So, off the bat, Bengals cover 2 man here. I'm imagining it looks like he's going to reroute. He's spying here and probably spying Mecole Hardman, who's here in the slot. Looks like Travis Kelce right here. This could be the I don't even think Kelce played in this game, did he? Yeah, he did. I'm sorry. But he's definitely playing this weekend, so this will be Travis Kelce. And yeah. So basically, the Bengals are here. They're playing man coverage out the gate. I wonder how much they're going to do this weekend. And now you see Mahomes. Oops. He looks. And I mean, at this point, he's covered. You got a man here you could fit. But again, he's kind of getting both these guys. And then you've obviously got Kelce here in the hook, who I think is who he hits. Yes, it is. And look at that. He throws this as he's falling here. These are the kind of plays he's going to make, though, Patrick Mahomes. These are the kind of plays Patrick Mahomes is going to make. It's only a matter of time before we see these kind of plays from Mahomes. You're going to see it. So be prepared. These kind of crazy falling plays. He had that insane throw that I pointed out the other night against Buffalo. That was a crazy throw. So I mean, you're going to see this kind of stuff from Mahomes. It's what you just got to be prepared for. Oops. And then, yeah, Travis Kelce ends up getting a pretty decent gain there. Here, let me speed the footage up a little bit here. It's a little slow. We'll go half speed. Next play here. Again, man, cover 2 man. You already see Von Bell here. He's moving back, trying to get in position. Because I think he's looking at this trips formation. I mean, this is scary, man. And Pringle's been playing really well for them, too. Jerick McKinnon has been making plays for them. So they have a really good set of weapons. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Kansas City. Anyway, it ends up being a blitz here. And again, wondering how much the Bengals are going to blitz this weekend, because they didn't really blitz very much at all. And they're not really that big of a blitzing team. Oops. Yeah, they're not really that big of a blitzing team, so it'll be interesting to see what they do. Good play here. Oh, you got to finish that tackle. And it ends up being a pretty good run fill. And that's the thing. If the Bengals can stop, I mean, that's the thing. The Bengals are going to allow them to run the football here because in this next game for sure. Because they watched Buffalo get beat downfield, and I don't think they're going to want to make those kind of mistakes. So, I could see it being a very interesting situation where Kansas City, if they do somehow get into a rut throwing the football, which, again, I don't know how possible that is of happening, but if they do find themselves in a rut, I'm intrigued to see how much they're actually going to throw the ball. I mean, how much they're actually going to run the ball. I mean, especially in these short yardage situations, because the Bengals, man, they have been really good in stopping these short yardage runs as of late. I mean, just look at the Tennessee game last week, the 4th down and 1 and the 2-point conversion. They stopped both of them with Derrick Henry. So, the run fill has been getting a lot better for the Bengals, and it's going to be very interesting, especially in these sort of short yardage situations, if Kansas City is going to want to dump to the flat more, or if they're going to, try and get it to Kelsey or other guys like that, or if they're going to try this kind of stuff, because, the short yardage situations were really what screwed the Titans in a lot of ways last weekend, so interesting stuff. Next play here, Bengals are on offense. I think they got to stop. And, yeah, you're seeing trips here to the right. You've got Jamar Chase. And look at that. It looks like one-on-one here. And we're seeing a man coverage here from the Chiefs. So let's see what happens here. Yeah, you got Higgins here. It looks like he's running like a slant post-ish kind of route. It's a little bit short for a post, but, yeah, more like a slant. And then you have Boyd flaring out to the flat and Mixon almost being like a glorified blocker. And then you obviously have Jamar on this slant. No, he's running a post here. Jamar is. Anyway, towards the top of my mug. Anyway, Joe, yep, has to take the sack. Who is this that gets beat? CJ Uzomah. And I remember seeing this. CJ Uzomah is not a good blocker. He's very much like Dallas Goedert. He reminds me a lot of Dallas Goedert. Only I think Dallas Goedert's probably a better athlete than he is, but I think he's a smarter receiver than Dallas Goedert is. But they both suck at blocking. That's one thing that they really have in common. Yeah, Uzomah, this is a terrible block. Look at this. I mean, he just gets straight up beat. Let's see it again. Look at how much he leans. And I like Uzomah. I think he's a great zone coverage receiver. He really is. And he's a very smart receiver. He's very good at reading coverages. But pass blocking, pass pro, especially on an edge rusher like this, yep. That's not good. That's not good. Anyway, here we go. One sec here. Here we go. So now we got doubles here. Only you have a tight end flexed as almost like a slot. And yeah, you've got man coverage and one safety deep here. This is dangerous. If Kansas City, here, let me show it on the big screen. If Kansas City comes out in these sort of formations, whoop, 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 they better get to the quarterback with these kind of I can't imagine them playing that much man coverage. Especially, I mean, but Kansas City, that's their bread and butter, though. They're much better of a man coverage team. But these kind of scenarios against this receiving core is it's a risk, man. I mean, that's the thing. You got whoop, 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 one-on-ones all over the place. I mean, that's the thing. If you really want to do this, be prepared to get beat downfield because this guy's going to have to make a decision. Do I go Jamar Chase? Do I stay in the middle? Do I flex out here? Do I have to come to the other side of the field here? I mean, he's already cheating on Jamar Chase because he knows. He probably was told by coach, yo, hello. And this is, you'll know what happens here. Nice little dump there to the flat, though. And that's the thing. I think, this isn't bad coverage here, honestly, on Jamar Chase. And this could have been open, but take the safe bet, take the check down. And, I mean, this is honestly decent coverage by Kansas City on a second and long. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of these sort of situations, knowing the Bengals pass pro. Next play. You got trips here. Empty backfield. Uzomah in the slot here. T. Higgins has a one-on-one. They're playing, it looks like man coverage again here. Yep, but it's going to be interesting. So I guess, is this safety going to take him? Let's see what happens. That's what it looks like they're going to do. But they're also having a blitz. They're showing blitz here. And they're definitely bringing it on the outside. And, yep, 56. It looked like he was cheating back. And this ends up being huge pressure here. And Joe, running for his life, has to get rid of this thing. And he does. And, wow. Finds T. Higgins. That's Jamar Chase. And, dude, Jamar Chase, we'll be talking about him probably for the rest of this game because he had one of the greatest rookie performances in this game I've ever seen. And, I mean, dude, this is a broken up play. Like, people always talk about how, Patrick Mahomes he's the only quarterback in the league that can make plays off a broken play like this. Nobody, and anytime anybody else does it, it's Mahomesian. It's so Mahomes. That's so Mahomes of him. It's like, no, this is just great quarterback play. I mean, look at this. Terrible protection here. Tyrann Mathieu blitzing off the edge here. Look at this. Completely unblocked. Not even a soul touching him. Instead, you have two guys, Prince and looks like Quentin Spain. Or no, Spain's on the left side. I'm sorry. You have 77 and 75 here blocking one man. And you have Tyrann Mathieu rushing off the edge. I mean, the blitz protection, and especially after last week, if this team did not do like 30 hours worth of BPU this week, you might as well as just not even show up. Because, like, if this is, I mean, they're literally showing blitz here. How does he not go as the tackle here, Prince? How does he not go, hey, you flare out here, you flare out here? And I mean, I know that they're loaded at the line. But, I mean, you can't give an edge rusher a clean shot. Look at this. Clean shot. Unacceptable. And it's crazy that Joe Burrow ends up getting out of the pocket and making a play here. That's just having a great quarterback right there. Next play. Ends up being 4th down. We end up giving the ball back to them. And here you go. You got Tyreek Hill. Looks like manned up with a linebacker here in the slot. He's probably just going to get rerouted, though. No. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not a linebacker. That's Mike Hilton. This is not a linebacker. This is Mike Hilton manned up on Tyreek Hill. I am interested to see how much they go to this because it didn't really work that well for the Bengals in this game, to be fair. These man-to-man matchups with Tyreek, and to be fair, they don't really work with any, DBs one-on-one with Tyreek Hill. You're gonna have problems. And then you have a double tight end set up here. Interesting stuff. And the Bengals are playing cover 2. Looks like cover 2. They're definitely manning up here. I don't know if they're zoning up the rest of the way. Yes. Or no, they're not even manning up at all. This is just straight cover 2 zone. I apologize. It tricked me even. And that's the thing. It's a good disguise here because it makes it look like it tricked me even. It looks like he's going man-to-man with Tyreek here, and he's really just dropping back into coverage here and playing cover 2. But he bites a little bit downfield, Mike Hilton, and that allows this to be open. But Mahomes sees the one-on-one downfield here with Kelsey and ends up getting a fantastic play here from Jesse Bates on the coverage. Really great work. That's what you like to see right there. Oh, and they called pass interference. Oh, wait, no, wait, what was the penalty on? I guess it doesn't matter. Anyway, Mahomes. So now we have a short bunch here, Trips bunch. Trying to trick them with some misdirection, maybe. Bengals are gonna, and that's the thing. Like I think that Bengals are just gonna have to stay tried and true and play cover 2 zone, do what they've been doing, read the quarterback and make plays on the ball. That's really where this team's at their best. Don't deviate from the plan. Force them to have to force plays downfield. And look. Yeah, just don't give up the opportunities that Buffalo did last week. Anyway, here we go. So here we go. Yeah, this is just a nice little dump pass here to the flat. Except for all of these guys are just kind of, you know, here to make the play. So it's like it's just doing the bare minimum here to get the first down, and they don't even get it, I don't think. Yep, they're short, which is a great stop from the Bengals. But they end up going for this on 4th down, as you can see here. And the Bengals, I like this little motion here, a little misdirection. And then look at this. Yeah, he comes under like he's going to take the snap. And do they get this? I think they do. Yeah, they did get it. That's right. They do get it. And I like that play call, honestly. It's really smart because it's like, it's almost like it's set up like so many of these plays that you see on these short yardage situations where it's like, you know, they send a guy in motion, they send the tight end in motion like this, and then he just flares out here to the flat and catches a ball like right here and gets the first down, or he comes out here even and gets the first down. This is really smart, though, to have him almost just come up and just take the snap and QB sneak it and have these guys just be complete decoys. But again, it kind of screws them because you have, I don't like this, though, having a double running back setup because then it takes away a blocker on the line. So, like, almost if I was going to run this, I would have this guy out of the field, put the tight end down here, and have, instead of him, have almost like, you know, maybe even have Kelsey as a receiver and have him do this, or even have this guy as a receiver and put another blocker out here. You know, it's kind of whatever, because I mean Pringle's out here blocking as a down lineman, so like, I don't know, why wouldn't you put another tight end here and then have, you know, him be, or put Kelsey here or whatever, and all I'm saying is substitute this back for another blocker here. Because it's just like these guys are all decoys anyway. So just at least have one back as a decoy. You don't need to have two because Cincinnati's able to stop or almost stop this simply because they have more manpower. Look at this. This is almost stopped. It's close. But obviously they end up getting enough push from behind here. But yeah, I like the play call nonetheless. It is smart. Anyway, here we go. Next play. Let's wait till they line up here. So, yeah, we have man coverage here from the Bengals. And Mahomes, you know, he does his thing. It's hard to see some of the coverages here, but yep, here we go. Yes, you got the man-to-man coverage here, and look at this. You can't do this, dude. I don't like the man at all for the Bengals. I think it's a bad scene. You're going to get torched by Mecole Hardman, who actually had some good routes in this game. You're going to get torched by, you know, Pringle, who's been playing really well and had a really good game last weekend. You're going to get torched by Tyreek Hill, who, you know, is a beast and had a really good game in this game. You know, you're going to get torched by, you know, Travis Kelce, who's going to eat you up in the zone. So it's going to be interesting to see what they come up with as far as stopping this. But as long as you can stop these big chunk plays from Kansas City and force them to check down, force them, you know, kind of like you did to, kind of like watch sort of what San Francisco did to Rodgers. That's kind of what they need to do in this game, is just force Mahomes to have to dump it, force him to have to get the ball out. Like, and that's the thing. They don't have, you know, the kind of yak receivers that we have, that the Bengals have. They don't have the kind of zone receivers that the Bengals have. So, like, the Bengals are going to be much more adept to beating the zone, their offense, than Kansas City's. And that's where, you know, these kind of problems can come. And look at this wide open ball here from man coverage. Eli Apple just getting absolutely torched. So, I mean, that's just, you know, it's a tough scene. Bengals back on offense, though. And this first half was really rough offensively. And it's going to be interesting to see, you know, as they've looked at this film, what kind of adjustments they're going to make here. But, yeah, you've got Joe Mixon here. And they're sending a blitzer here off the edge. Again, Tyrann Mathieu, who had the big sack earlier. Almost the big sack, but Joe Burrow was able to get the ball out. And then look at this. Chris Jones just getting in the backfield here and making an easy sack. I mean, let's see where he came from on this play. He's right here, I think. Or no, he's coming off the edge here. This is Chris Jones right here. And look at this. Just not... Or wait, no, I'm sorry. That is not Chris Jones. Where's Chris Jones at on this play? Is he right over here in the nose tackle position? No, he's right here. This is him, I think. I think this is him. Yes, this is him. I apologize. Yep, this is him right here. He comes right... Took me a second there. It's hard to see from this angle. But yes, this is Chris Jones. Because that looks like 93, but that is 95. So, yeah, he's got... Who is this blocking down on him? 71. Or 73. Completely chips him. Doesn't get enough of a hit here. Punch him. Right here. Punch him. Right in the shoulder pads. Boom. Stun him at least. Because this, I mean, what is this, dude? And I know he's not really the guy you're trying to block, but just at least pop him. He's right in your face. Pop him. Hit him with one big pop. And then move. Pop and move. At least give him something. Because look at this, man. And this is just a weird thing, too. Like, I feel like... What is this play, too? Like, it's the fake pitch, right? And he's rolling out this way. Well, then why are all your blockers going this way? If the quarterback is booting here, especially when they have two guys coming across here, it's just like, if you're not going to block these dudes, why are you having your quarterback roll out this way? Just kind of a weird design. I don't know what the hell this is even. Like, why would you even have him naked boot this way? If anything, fake the run to the left and boot him to the right. Just a dumb play call and great pass rush. And that's the kind of stuff that's going to completely derail the Bengals offense. And look, they're a team that can definitely, you know, come back from a 2nd and 14 or a 3rd and 15. But, I mean, you can't really afford to have those kind of drives against this team, against the Chiefs. They're the kings of the AFC, man. And they're not going to just roll over and let you make mistakes, you know? Anyway, we'll go a little bit faster here. Mahomes, you know, got a guy in motion here. This is a good rush. Can't afford to give these kind of things up. This has to be neutralized. Okay, yeah, let's see this touchdown. So you got Mecole Hardman coming in motion here. And then this is Awuzie playing man-to-man on him. But look at this. I mean, and that's the thing. Every touchdown, I feel like, in this game, the Bengals were playing man coverage. And look at this. Just the perfect routes for this kind of design, too, because everybody's just kind of flustered. They almost lose their man in the mix, and then you get this, Travis Kelce on an easy touchdown. Easy. Blown up drive. Can't afford to give those kind of things up against this team. Oh, yeah, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, this is a crazy play. So you have... looks like cover 2 man here from... and it's a... Or no, it's cover 2 zone. I'm sorry. Cover 2 zone. They're showing man, though. Not really, though, because they're leaving Jamar Chase open, which we'll talk about. But, yeah, cover 2 zone here. And take a look at this. This play is crazy because they're showing blitz. Obviously, it's a decoy. And you've got Higgins coming across here on this little dig route. I'm sorry, on this little drag route here. You've got Uzama coming on a post. And then you've got Jamar Chase on this little 10-yard hook route. 10-yard curl route, we'll say. And he catches the ball right here. And, I mean, it's like, you know, great for the first down. But, like, how the hell? I mean, at this point, you're like, all right, he's down at the 41, you know, and first down, great play call, good first down, good way to move, get some chunk yardage here. But, bro, this is the kind of stuff Jamar Chase does right here, bro. How the hell is this a touchdown? How is this a touchdown, bro? Insane. This was an insane play. And this is the thing, man. Like, coming out of LSU, that was the question. Like, is Jamar Chase, like, because we saw him make these kind of plays at LSU, but it was like, can he do this in the NFL against NFL corners? It's like, I don't know. Like, will this be able to hold up? You know, that was probably the biggest question from him is like, will he be able to make these crazy, you know, insane, you know, shifty plays on his feet, you know, against NFL defensive backs? And the answer is absolutely yes, he can. Yes, he can. And this game was really one of the defining games. I mean, this and the Baltimore games, I mean, especially the first Baltimore game, that game was insane. And I mean, it's just crazy, man. These are the kind of plays that can win you a championship right here, man. Just insane. And again, pretty okay coverage. I mean, they gave this up, and you leave him wide open. So, I mean, I guess not great coverage. He may be. I mean, again, this is a good play call because this corner is kind of in a trap here. Does he stick with, who is that, Boyd here, or do you go to Jamar here? And he kind of went with the outside man, which is probably the smarter decision. But either way, it's a touchdown. So, crazy play call. Not crazy play call, just crazy play and just crazy Jamar Chase, you know, athleticism, and watch him hit the gritty here. All right. Yeah, here we go. Chiefs here. They got trips. Right here they got trips. And Bengals are playing zone coverage. Or no, I'm sorry. They're playing man coverage here. Because, yeah. I'm out of it. Bengals are playing man. And take a look at this, man. Again, Mecole Hardman. This is the kind of stuff that's going to absolutely kill us. And I don't think this is necessarily the worst coverage here from Mike Hilton. Like, I mean, it isn't great. He probably should have gotten more contact inside the 5-yard line. Or inside 5 yards here, because he gives way too much separation. And I think Mike Hilton's had a fantastic year for the record, but I mean, he's not the best man corner ever, and Mecole Hardman is very good against man corners. So yeah, this is just a tough scene, and that's the thing. Every single time we got beat downfield, it was because we were playing man coverage. So it's like we just cannot man this team up at all. Maybe in these areas, but even so, then Kelsey becomes a serious problem, as we'll see. And as we saw earlier on that one touchdown they threw to him in the flat, it's going to be a problem. But here you go, easy play action. Bad sell, honestly. But you knew they were going to throw it. And then, yep, just a little whip route. And I think they call him in, do they? No, they said he was short. My bad. Yeah, and then here you got the bunch, and you have 81 tight end here, the backup tight end. Do they run this? Yeah, they do. They run little almost like a little trap. And it doesn't work. Or it does work. I'm sorry. It gets them in. Yeah, they run it in. Yeah, I mean, you know, short yardage. Good blocking here. Good block here. Touchdown. Look at Joe. He's like, all right, I'm about to go out there and take control of this game. Down 21-7. That's the thing, man. We get in a hole. All it takes is a couple big plays from the Bengals, and they're back in it. Anyway. Man-to-man coverage here. Cover 2 man. And bing, 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 bing. Just wait. Watch. Here's what you do at this point. You read this linebacker and you try and fit this here. Or you can throw the one-on-one, which is here. And Jamar makes this catch, which is just nuts. Nuts. Crazy catch. That's what Jamar Chase does for you, though, man. He's the man. All right. You got, looks like Kansas City is manning up again. And, you know, because I think at this point they're like, we're up 2 scores. We can afford to play man coverage. And a good rush here. Bengals are, like I said, I love running the football. But, you know, as much as it pains me to say it, Bengals are going to need to throw the football in this game, man. Air it out. You got nothing to lose. And I'll talk about this at the end of the game, but yeah. Here you go. You got man coverage here again. They end up running it. Burrow here finds Boyd. Actually, I want to see this play. Yep, they're just beating the zone here. And look at this. You can check it down here, but Burrow's like, I want more. Give me more, especially when you got this wide open at the 20-yard line. Bro, hold on. So this safety must look at him. And look at this. Burrow sees how bad he's sinking here. Burrow sees this because they're so scared of Jamar Chase. And it leaves other guys open. And then you can see here, it leaves Tyler Boyd wide open. A great zone coverage receiver. So that's the thing, though. It's the double-edged sword of the situation because, you know, Kansas City is mainly a man coverage team. But the Bengals are so good against man coverage that it's just going to be a kind of situation where they're going to have to play zone. But at the same time, the Bengals are a pretty good zone coverage against zone coverage. And the Chiefs are not good at playing zone coverage. So either way, they're kind of trapped. Because if they key in on Jamar Chase, they have more options. They have T. Higgins. They have Tyler Boyd, C.J. Uzama. You know, so it's like, it's tough. It's going to be tough for Kansas City's defense, and that's why I think this game is going to be an absolute war. I do because of plays like this. Because these guys are going to find pockets in the zone, especially if we start beating them downfield. And if Tyrann Mathieu, you know, he's seemed like he's going to come back, and if he does, even if he does come back, we were still getting open in this game. We were still marching down the field on them. And it's these kind of plays, man. Letting your receivers find the pockets and giving Joe Burrow just enough time to get the ball out. Here we go. They're showing blitz here. And here they go playing zone here. Or no, they're playing, looks like they're playing man here. They're manning up Jamar Chase at least, and obviously that goes horribly for them. I mean, dude. Yeah, they're manning up here. This is man coverage. It's interesting though, because like linebackers are zoning up. But the defensive backs are taking man here. Like this is a man-to-man situation. And it goes horribly for the defensive back here. And just an amazing catch. And Jamar Chase, just seriously one of the best rookie performances I've ever seen in this game. I was watching this game just like, oh my God, this dude is just on another level. I mean, to be a first-year receiver and to come out here and just torch the Chiefs defense like this, it's definitely exciting going into this weekend. Anyway, you got trips here to the right, to the strong side. Then you get a motion here from Mecole Hardman, and they hand it to him. It's a good block here. And this goes for decent yardage. Oh, yeah, here's Pringle. You can hit this right here, too. Tyreek Hill's wide open here, but we're willing to give this up, honestly, even though it's third down and short. And it ends up going right here to Pringle. Yeah, you got to get here. 31. Got to get there. Red zone play here, second down and short. Just a nice rush play. This is a great play from Mahomes here that gets them inside. And then you get another rush here inside, and this ends up getting them the touchdown. Williams. Bengals back on offense, 28-14. Good ball there to T. Higgins. Good ball there. Oh, yeah. Let's take a look at this pass right here. So you see them loading up here on the weak side. But it ends up being a decoy, and they end up only sending 4. But look at this. 70. Is this 75 again? I mean, Prince is definitely one of our weakest offensive linemen. I mean, dude, what the hell? Oh, my God. That's terrible. That's terrible. Bend your knees. Move your feet here, man. Golly. Look at how much he's leaning. You don't like that. Green lines are not good here, man. Sit back. Just got torched. And this creates a blindside shot on Joe Burrow and destroys this play. So, I mean, yeah, that's the difference, man. And you know, people are like, oh, well, you know, the Bengals, they'll be able to, you know, they'll be fine on these third down and long situations. And it's like, yeah, they will be until they're not. And they're forced to either punt it or kick a field goal. You know, like that's the reality of it. You know, they are until they aren't. And it's like you have to have contingencies in place. So, yeah, it's just, it's, you know, those kind of plays are kind of frustrating. But they end up getting the field goal out of this. Mahomes here. He scrambles out. Oh, yeah. This is a crazy play. Let's go back on this. Bengals cover 2 zone here. Obvious. Yep, they're giving up the entire flat here, too, because they know second and third, they're going deep. Second and 3, they're going deep. Mahomes, great rollout here because he starts feeling this pressure. And he gets out. And so this flushes everybody out here. And then he looks downfield and finds Tyreek. And look at Von Bell. He just gets caught. He loses the ball. And Tyreek, you know, makes a great play here. But Von Bell, look at this. He loses the ball here, but then finds it at literally the perfect time and makes an absolutely fantastic play here from Von Bell. Just absolutely fantastic because he loses sight of this. I mean, he looks beat here. That's what's crazy about this play, man, is he looks literally beat here. Look at this. Like in almost every other scenario in the world, this is a touchdown. This is 6 points. Insane how he's able to come and make this play. Insane. Great work, Von Bell. Great work to recover on that, too, because most players would have just taken the L on that, especially against Tyreek Hill. But to come up there and make a play on the ball like that, that's great work. Obviously, 8 seconds left. Bengals are playing prevent here. But they're still rushing forward, just like the Bills did. And obviously, they end up still getting good stuff out of it. Halftime, 28-17. Start going through this a little quicker. I'm taking a lot of time on this. Here, man-to-man, cover 2 man here. Big mistake. Look at Jamar at the top of the screen here. He already gets the step. Already gets the step. And then look. Oh. This is actually not cover 2 man, is it? Because if it was man, he would have went with this. So I think they were showing man, but they ended up playing zone here. Did they? Because they did. Because look. Yeah. Because he should have. Because if they were playing man, he would have went with him, right? And that leaves. And this safety is in no man's land here. This is just a blown, busted coverage. Because I don't know what this kind of communication is here. Because, I mean, this safety is in no man's land. And he isn't. I mean, where is he going? I mean, he's going here to fill this route. But it leaves the most dangerous deep ball receiver in the league wide open for a deep ball. And it ends just about as, you know, predictably as you would imagine. A wide open touchdown. And Jamar Chase, this was the most effortless touchdown for him. All he had to do was run down the field and catch the football. That's it. I mean, that's it. This was the easiest touchdown of the day. I mean, the other 2 were insane catches and insane plays. This one was just, it was a pitch and catch. If they give us those plays, they might as well not even show up. Anyway. A little bunch here. And almost a pick play here, but good work here by the receiving core. But nothing's open. Obviously nothing here, nothing here. So Mahomes, this is the stuff you got to be scared of. He had like a 60-yard run against the Bills, which helped set up a touchdown. So this is the stuff that's going to kill us. And I mean, this is just what he can do. He's a great player. You know, as much as I am, you know, not the Mahomes kind of guy, you know, I respect that the guy is a fantastic player. Anyway, man coverage here from the Bengals. And this is just a great rush by Trey Hendrickson here. And give this another half second and he gets this sack. But Mahomes able to get it off. And, oh, Mike Hilton makes a great play on the ball here. And this really is the pressure gets to Mahomes here. He knows. He's like, I got to get this ball out. And he kind of forces this here. I mean, this is a makeable throw, but I mean, going across the field on this kind of throw is risky. Throwing this throw across the field, it's a force. He's forcing this because there's nothing over here. So he's got to go here. And it almost ends horribly for him. But great play on the ball here, man. If we get one of these this weekend, we got 3 on Tannehill, so we'll see what happens. But Mahomes is, you know, obviously a different animal. This right here is what you're looking for if you're Cincinnati right here. One-on-one here, one-on-one here. Yep. Take a look here, take a look here. None of it's there, though. Good coverage. And they end up dumping the screen, which is what I think this play was. And look, I love this. Make that block. Good enough. I think they called a holding on this, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, there's the flag. Yeah, they call a holding on this, which, I mean, come on. Maybe, but I mean, it's more like his momentum was going with his, like, you know, he's turning to make the play, and he's almost just like going along with the momentum here. I don't love this call. I think this is kind of a BS call, if I'm being honest. I mean, I guess, but don't love that. All right, and then you got 3rd and 7 here. This is a huge play. You got man-to-man coverage here. They're showing blitz. And this is not what you want here. Again, if you're Kansas City, if Kansas City gives us these, you take this shot all day. And Joe does. Look, Joe sees it. And look at Jamar, dude. He's always, I mean, his ability to come to the ball and find the football in just places that most receivers would just let go to the waste bin. This guy's just able to come back to this ball. I mean, this isn't the best ball in the world, but like he comes back to this because like Jamar was like at about the 50, and he has to come back to this and make the play. But I mean, that's the thing. Trust your receivers. You know, you're not always going to throw the best ball, but as long as you can get it in the general area, trust your receivers. And you got a receiver like this that can make plays like this. I mean, man, what a game changer. And then just, you know, look at how hard he is to get down, man. He's so hard to bring down. Jeez. 4th and 1 here. Now, empty backfield, and the Bengals love going in these kind of empty sets and short yardage situations, which I actually do kind of like. Because, look, it just gives Joe another option. And as long as the line can hold, and look, they're showing blitz here, but they're playing man coverage. And they just throw the screen to T. Higgins and let your great procession receiver do what he does best. And what an insane catch here. And people talk about how great Jamar Chase was in this game. And obviously, I've been talking about it and raving about it for the last 40 minutes. But T. Higgins made a huge play here. And he's an underrated receiver in the NFL, man. I think he is so good. And he's really good against zone coverage, too. Anyway, you've got, and the reason I say that is because I think that's what the Chiefs are going to play a lot. Even though they played a lot more man in this game than I remember. And they are heavily a man coverage team. I just think they are going to try and learn from their mistakes and try and play more zone. And that may end up screwing them because I think it's going to lead to bigger days for these 3 guys over here. Anyway, Burrow. This is crazy, man. Yeah, he gets swallowed up here. Pass pro, man, is a serious problem. I mean, take a look at this. They're only rushing. They're rushing 4. And look at 77. 77, man. He had a terrible afternoon. Look at this. Bro. Bro, you just let him slip right off you. Pop him right there. I mean, it's almost like he was looking for someone else to block here. I mean, you see the linebacker come back. At this point, you're like, okay, chip this rusher that's right in front of my face. Maybe I should take him. I don't know. Should I take him? Should I take him? And like he tries to pass it off here, and it's like, you got to help seal this. Because this guy's blocked. This guy's blocked. This guy's blocked. But look at this. He slips right through the cracks and blows this whole play up. This was an awful double team here. That's Akeem Adeniji. That's not good stuff, man. And he has been playing better, Adeniji. He played better. He got beat a couple times last weekend too, but he has been playing better. He played pretty well in that Oakland Raiders game, I will say. I give him credit. I don't think he's that bad, but that was a bad play. I gotta say. And again, I don't think all of the sacks last weekend were all on the offensive line, for the record. You know, there was a couple of them, and I even pointed them out. There was a couple of sacks in there that were caused because of coverage. Because of just straight up good coverage. Anyway, here's Mahomes. He just dumps it for a good first down. They're going to, you know, but if you're the Bengals, you got to be willing to give up that kind of stuff because you can just make the play in the open field, especially if you're playing zone, you can make these plays in the open field. Rush there. Yeah. Bengals here. You've got cover 2 man here. And then this safety kind of gets sucked inside here, which gives a one-on-one situation for T. Higgins, who makes a fantastic catch for the first down, man. 2 great plays from T. Higgins. The 4th down and short, and then that, you know, deep ball on 1st and 10 there. Huge, which helped give the Bengals the lead in this game. And then 2nd and goal here. These are the kind of plays we're going to need to run. We're going to need to finish in the red zone. And I was saying this as far back as, you know, week 3 or week 4, that the Bengals have problems in the red zone. Same with the Eagles. I was saying about both these teams. Problems running the football, problems scoring in the red zone, and we saw it. We've seen it in this playoffs where they've struggled in the red zone. A couple of times against Oakland, a couple of times against Tennessee. We saw this team have problems in the red zone. So, like, this is going to be something they have to clean up. Anyway, you got trips here, and you've just got a little inside whip route here from T. Higgins. But they find Tyler Boyd here at the top corner. Really great ball here from Joe Burrow. And he gets both feet in. Touchdown. And just like that, the Bengals take the lead in this game. After giving up 28 in the first half, take the lead. And the defense, the Bengals defense really clamped up in the second half, man. Did some great work here. Especially stopping the run, as you can see here. But they were still getting through the cracks. Then here, Mahomes, you know, the nice check down here. Tyreek Hill. They're going to hit these all day against us. We got to be able to make tackles in the open field. And I know that's easier said than done against Tyreek Hill, but it has to be done or else we're going to lose. All right. Bengals are coming out in man coverage here, but they're running it. And they actually were running the ball pretty well here in the second half, but then there's a nice play on Tyreek Hill. And here's a good pass rush from the Bengals. I mean, they are bringing the house here, and they're just manning up everybody else on the field and just hoping the running back doesn't do anything. Yep, and they're bringing the house. They're blitzing 7 here. And they end up getting to him and forcing a bad throw. It's good work. But again, we can't just send 7 every time, you know, and leave these kind of situations. But, I mean, every once in a while, it's not a bad idea. But at the same time, it's like, that's kind of a risky play call, man, because you could have easily gotten beaten there. But luckily, the pass rush got there. Bengals pass rush has to be better, too. I know Trey Hendrickson playing banged up and whatnot, but it's got to be better. And I know Ogunjobi's hurt, too, but, we need another big game from DJ Reader and some of these other guys. Anyway, Joe Burr here, missing his name at this point. And this is where we just started eating them up. Take a look at this. Jamar Chase here, one-on-one, cover 2 man. Yep. This goes about as well as you would think. Bro, what a catch. I mean, dude, this kid is just, he's the truth, man. I mean, insane. Look at this. He's still in bounds at this point. Now he's out at that point, but I mean, dude. Insane. What a monster game from Jamar Chase. I mean, you almost forgot how good he was. Here is Trey Hopkins getting dominated by Chris Jones in a one-on-one here. Take a look at that. Ugh. Yikes. Not been a fan of Trey Hopkins this year. He's not bad, but, like, he gets beat sometimes like a drum. Here's the ball here. Higgins. Good grab. Yeah, here's Jamar Chase. Another Jamar Chase one-on-one here. And that's the thing, man. I mean, are they really going to test this? Are they really going to do that? Because that's what Travarius Ward, I think his name is, this corner. Are they really going to go to this matchup after this? I mean, they had to have watched this film and saw this. I mean, this was just an absolute, just domination by a young receiver, man. It's I mean, just incredible work finding the football. I mean, it's just stuff that you would find in an elite receiver. Now, here we go. Now, here we go. The Bengals get in here, in the red zone here, and they start running this clock out, right? They get it with like 2 minutes left, and they end up running this clock out. I hated this whole exchange at the time of them going here and trying to go for this on 4th down. I mean, trying to go for this on and run the clock out. But it actually ended up being a brilliant idea, not at face value, but because of what we saw from the Bills and how they were able to give up, all those yards, all those points, and they gave up 50 yards in 13 seconds and allowed them to tie the game up. Like, imagine if we had given the ball back to Kansas City with 20 seconds left on the clock. I mean, they could have easily done the same thing to the Bengals. So it's, it was kind of a blessing in disguise, and it was like, it kind of makes the move seem kind of brilliant to the way the Bengals kind of, blundered the clock here at the end of this game. It seemed really messy and weird at the time, but like in hindsight, because of how bad the Bills got beaten, it's not looking as bad, is my point, as it did. But again, I still think it's dumb and it's risky, but at the same time, it worked out. But yeah, 34-31, huge win. The team, clinched the AFC North with that win, so huge win for the Bengals. And a good game, man. This next one will be a classic, but, looking forward to it, and just my final thoughts on it before, I go into the next game. Great work, man, from Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and these receivers, man. They're going to have to make crazy plays. And this O-line's going to have to do work, man, because they got beat a couple times in this game by Chris Jones and some of these other pass rushers. So, I mean, they're going to have to get this figured out. But again, if Tyrann Mathieu, if he doesn't play, or if he does and he's banged up, still try this team deep. And that's my point with the Bengals. If the Bengals want to win this game, all-out aerial assault. And that's coming from a guy that loves running the ball. That's coming from a hard-nosed football fan who loves ground-and-pound football. Throw the football. Air it out. This is it, man. This is all it is, man. This is, the AFC Championship. Nobody expected the Bengals to be here. So you might as well just air it out. You have nothing to lose. And that's really the biggest reason why I think the Bengals are going to win this game. I actually do, and I'll give my score prediction, but I do think the Bengals are going to win this game just because they have nothing to lose. All of the pressure is on Kansas City at this point. Like, if the Bengals lose this game 28-0, I mean, yeah, everybody will be like, damn, that sucks. But, like, at the same time, everybody will be like, well, we made it this far, and nobody was expecting that. So, you know, everything else is supplemental at this point. I think I remember saying that, you know, when they had made the playoffs. I said, you know what, everything else is supplemental. Like, you know, and that's how I feel. So, Bengals are just, you know, as you can see from the footage and even from the statistics, if you look them up, is that, you know, the Bengals are very good against zone coverage. You know, all of their receivers and even Uzama, the tight end, and the running back Mixon. I mean, they are, and it's a catch-22 for the Chiefs defense in a lot of ways, because they're, you know, if they play zone, they're not a great zone team. But if they play man, the Bengals are amazing against man coverage. So it's just, as we saw in this game. So it's just like, what is the game plan for Kansas City here? I mean, they're trapped. So it's like, you know, a heavy man team, are they going to play zone the whole game and get beat, you know, in pockets of the field? Or are they going to try their luck with man coverage again and get beat downfield by Jamar Chase and T. Higgins all afternoon? I mean, that's really what it's going to come down to. Pick your poison in a lot of ways for this Chiefs defense. But Bengals defense, you know, they're going to play heavy cover 2 zone, and they just really have to contain Patrick Mahomes as best as possible. And I know that's just, you know, very by the books to say, and I know that's easier said than done, but I mean, that's really what that's what it is. They're just going to have to limit his, you know, scrambling and keep him in the pocket, keep him making, you know, decisions, and make him have to check down, make him have to dump it to the running back. Like, just try and eliminate Kelsey and Tyreek Hill as much as possible, you know, especially in the deep ball. Do not let them beat you deep. Do not, and don't play man coverage. Every single time the Bengals played man, they got beat in the first game, as we saw. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be really fun to see what happens with this team. And obviously, you know, I really want the Bengals, and maybe that's a little bit of the bias behind my pick, but I really think this team can do it, man. They're a much different team than when I was criticizing them. And look, I still don't love Zach Taylor. I think he could easily choke this game away for us, you know, blowing timeouts early in the second half. You know, he tends to do that because the team's out of function. They're out of, you know, and it's a lot of that kind of stuff. Those are the kind of dumb penalties we get. Delay of games, you know, which I know had a lot to do with Joe Burrow's helmet comms, which I called, for the way, on Twitter. I actually tweeted that during the game. I said, it looks like Joe's helmet comms are malfunctioning, and that's exactly what happened. His helmet broke, which caused him to have to call plays by himself, which may have been part of the reason we moved the ball so well, because Zach Taylor wasn't calling the plays. Nah. Yeah, I'm done. You know, I won't troll Zach Taylor too hard. He's having a great second half of the year, and he is getting better as a coach. So, I mean, but this is a true test. Super Bowl's on the line, man. And like I said, Bengals, and like many people have been saying, Bengals are playing with house money. I mean, they have nothing to lose at this point. Kansas City, if they lose this game, a narrative starts. Oh, 2 years in a row losing in the big games. You know, does Kansas City still have it? Do the Chiefs, you know, oh, is Mahomes' time over? You know, like these sort of narratives, and you know how it is in the NFL. They'll start coming up. Even if they're not true, they'll start coming up. And, you know, it's going to be interesting to see, you know, what Kansas City's game plan is defensively, how the Bengals are going to attack that. I think that's probably the most exciting matchup of the day, is the Kansas City defense against Bengals offense. But also, I mean, it is pretty intriguing to see how this heavy zone coverage team is going to play against one of the best quarterbacks in the league, who just came off a huge win. So, yeah, this is going to be an all-out war. But if I had to predict score, I'm going to go Bengals 31, Chiefs 23. 31-23. I think Bengals are going to get a comfortable win, but I think it's going to be one of these things where it's a really close game and the Bengals score in garbage time. You know, or they get the ball at the end of the game and punch one in, or run one in, or run a deep, or get a big run off like a missed tackle or something and score at the end of the game to kind of pad the score. I think it'll be very close, but I think the Bengals will get like some sort of score at the end of the game that pushes them over. That's just my prediction. But yeah, moving on to the next game, and this one will go a little bit, you know, faster, because I'm not as much of not as excited about this one as the AFC Championship, maybe because I have a little bit of fan bias in me because I do cheer for the Bengals, but this game we're going to talk about a little bit too, and that is 49ers Rams. So let's take a look at this one, man. First play out the bat here. This was the overtime thriller from the last week of the regular season that put San Francisco into the playoffs. So you've got man coverage here to start out. Here, let me slow the video down here a little bit. There we go. And actually, we'll put it on the big screen. I actually like the big screen better for these kind of film breakdowns. Anyway, so you got Stafford here. You've got man coverage all over the place here. And Stafford, literally on the first play, what do you do in man coverage? You throw it to the best receiver in football, Cooper Kupp, who is wide open on this post. Where does he cut? Yeah, because he comes from... Or no, he doesn't. This is a corner route. I'm sorry. Not a post. I thought he was coming from this side of the field, but no, he's just running a corner route here. He almost fakes it like he's running a post, and that's almost because he's getting rerouted here a little bit, but he's able to recover and get this insane, really high ball that he grabs. And I mean, dude, Kupp is another guy, man. He's on another level this year. I mean, what a stiff arm there. And I mean, this guy's just, he's legit. And I mean, that's does San Francisco want to try Cooper Kupp in man coverage like this? You know, that's the real question here. Play action here. You know, my thing is like, how much is San Francisco going to run? I mean, how much is Kansas City? How much is the LA Rams gonna throw? I mean, you know, in against man coverage. Like, how well is that going to go for them? Because the Niners are a really good defensive team. And, I mean, you saw what they did last weekend. We all saw what they did last weekend against Green Bay. And I think, you know, Niners, they're just going to have a problem covering Cooper Kupp in man coverage. That's just going to be a serious problem for them. But here, a great play by the pass rush of the Niners. Here, just getting in the backfield and making a great play. Sets up a Matt Gay field goal. Niners on offense, Garoppolo. I mean, dude, this is the right read right here, man. Right there. Right where it needed to be. Here you got trips. Garoppolo. You could throw this. You could throw this. But he's actually looking here because he sees he's got the outside shoulder. I actually think this is a really smart play by Garoppolo. The ball's there, too, it looks like. I mean, bro, that ball was there. You got to catch the football here. Can't really blame Jimmy G, but, I mean, that's the thing. This gets caught. That's a 20, 30-yard catch right there. Anyway, I think they go 3 and out, so they give it right back to the Rams here. And here they're just playing zone coverage. Nice fill here. But a good catch from Cooper Kupp, man. He is just going to be such a problem for teams. Similar to Jamar Chase. Tight end here. We're seeing more zone, and I think they got spooked because we're getting beat so bad in the man. But Cooper Kupp's like, yeah, I'll beat you here too. He's like, all right, y'all want to play man? I'll beat you in man. I mean, I'll beat you in zone too. He's like, y'all don't want to play man? All right, I'll beat you in zone. Here we go. Stafford finds Jefferson. Ooh, helmet to helmet contact here. Did they get a flag on this? No, I don't think they called it. Here's a third down situation. You've got man coverage here from the Niners. And, of course, Cooper Kupp. Who else? Again, man coverage here again in a goal line package. And, bro, this is just a miscommunication from the Niners defense here. This Higbee's just running a little dump route here, a little chip and dump. And number one needs to be here, man. One needs to pick this up, the safety. He gets sucked inside, and it allows Tyler Higbee to slip right by and go into the end zone. Here's Jimmy G in the I formation here. And this is looks to throw here, and this just gets blown up. Where does this guy come from? '94 right here. Here he is. Gets right off the block with the center, blows this friggin' George Kittle right up, and pops this ball out for a fantastic, fantastic play. Luckily, Kittle's there to recover this, or else this go. Oh wait, yeah, or else this goes the other way. And then they punt this. The punt almost goes back. Gives great field position. Here's a 3rd down and 6 for the Rams. Here. Oh, man, look at Jefferson here. But, of course, over top. Trust your receiver. What a friggin' catch from Higbee. Where does he come from on this play? He's lined up here as a wide receiver, I think. Yeah, he's lined up as the wide receiver, Higbee, right here. You have him lined up as the wide receiver, one-on-one with the corner. And Matt Stafford's like, give me this all day. Easy. And that's the thing, man. The Rams went up big in this. And it wasn't until the second half that we saw the Niners start to really, mount a comeback here. Here's a nice little dump. Pitch play here. Okay, yeah, here we go. Here's a dumb play from Jimmy G. He rolls out here. He's feeling heat, and he knows, like, I got to get rid of this, so he does. Because 94 here, another great pass rush play here from 94. Look at this. Gets the inside shoulder and just rides this guard all the way into the back of the quarterback. It's almost like the guard was pushing him towards the quarterback at that point. And then look at this. Jimmy G just... This is really dumb, man. I hate when quarterbacks do this kind of stuff. Like, if anything, throw this at his feet. Throw this right here. Throw this right... Especially on 1st down and 10. Throw this right here. Throw it right at his feet. Throw it right here. Or throw it there. Because throwing it downfield to nobody is probably the worst thing you can do. Doing this is the worst thing you can do, Jimmy. Just for the future. And that's the thing, man. Jimmy G, he makes dumb mistakes like that just, like, put his team in a bad thing. And that's the thing. Like, he's a good quarterback, but he just makes really dumb amateur mistakes. But he's a good leader, and he's a guy that I think his teammates trust him. He seems like a good dude, and, he does make the right throws. He does just enough to win. Like, that's really what he does. He does just enough. Shout out Jimmy G. Anyway, here we go. Odell Beckham Jr. on the one-on-one here on a slant all day. What a good pickup. Mentioned him the other day when talking about last weekend. Here's a nice sack from the 49ers pass rush here. They're sending only 4, and look at this, man. Splitting the double team, and my boy Nick Bosa making the play there. Now we got Bunch to the strong side. Bro, you can hit Kittle right here in the hook, maybe. I mean, he's matched up on the corner. You can make this throw. But Jimmy G looks here at this post and gets it. Nice read from Jimmy G. That's a tough ball, too, to Brandon Ayuk. This is a tough ball, but, I mean, bro, this is a one-on-one on the post. Yeah, that's the right read. That's a good read. Here's another one. Screen. Kittle has to make this block or it fails. He does. And that's why this is a good play. Because most tight ends, like Uzama, when he comes out and does these, or especially Dallas Goedert, when he comes out and makes these blocks, this corner makes this play. I've seen it. I've seen it with Dallas Goedert, especially. This corner makes this play, and it blows this whole thing up. But when he doesn't, and this tight end makes this block like George Kittle did here, this goes for 6 to 8 yards. It's a difference maker, man. These screenplays, I mean, a lot of the time, it really comes down to the blocking schemes of them, of whether or not they're successful or not. If everybody is being accounted for, because, you know, when you get one guy that slips through the cracks and makes the play in the backfield, then it's a minus 4-yard play on a screen pass. And you're like, well, I tried to, you know, get the ball in the open field and it just blew up in my face. Anyway, sending a guy in motion here. Garoppolo. And it looks like man coverage here from the Rams, and Brandon Ayuk makes another great catch on this post, man. They just keep leaving him open on this post, and it was burning him. And then Robbie Gould makes the kick here, makes the 17-3 game. Here's Garoppolo again, dumping it down, and then just a missed tackle here. And these are the kind of things that get you, man, especially in playoff games, the missed tackles in the open field. And you know, this is something that I think San Francisco is really going to have to do against the Rams even, too. Is it's really going to come down to these kind of dump plays in the open field and who makes the tackles and who doesn't that, you know, win these kind of football games, especially when it's, you know, these all-out assaults like it was in this game, man. And then, again, finding Brandon Ayuk literally wide open. And look at all these guys. You got 4 dudes on one guy here. I mean, is Debo really that scary? You need 4 guys on him? I mean, I know Debo is a great player, but, like, 4 of your 11 guys need to be guarding one guy? Here's a nice rush. And I like, again, how they use Debo as a running back, too. It's really smart and allows them to get pretty creative. And he's obviously capable of doing this very well, as you can see. As he gets in there, almost. He might have been short, but no, he got in there. It ends up being 17-10, man, just like that. And look at this, just 3 and out from great defense here. Let's take a look at this 3rd down and 7 actually, because this is pretty pivotal. 3rd quarter, only up a touchdown. They needed to get this. This would have been very nice for them. They didn't need it, but look at this, sending 2 here. So you got sending 6. And look at this. You got boom. And he drops it. Oh. And he drops it. That wasn't the best ball in the world, though. That ball was low. He could have thrown that up more. In the air more. Like, throw this towards the sideline. Like, throw this towards the numbers. Ugh. Anyway, they punt. Here's San Fran. They run a little draw play here. Start getting the run game going. And that's the thing. You want to get the run game going still when you're only down a touchdown in the 3rd quarter. Run the football here, man. Especially Kansas. I mean, why do I keep saying Kansas City? Especially San Francisco. They're a really good run team. Here's a good run play. Good block here from 50. Even though his guy makes the tackle. I mean, doesn't matter. Great block. Here, it's 1st and 10 here. And then I like this. You send this guy in motion to be the lead blocker for this guy. And then, oh, he throws this. Oh, my goodness. The trickery. The trickery. Hang on a minute. I actually like this play call a lot. So where does he go? I guess this is to Ayuk or is this to him? Oh, it's to him. So he's just running right down the field here and catches this. Wow. Jennings. Wow. And what was the down and distance here? 1st and 10. Okay, 1st and 10 inside the 25. Okay. Respect. Respect, Shanahan. You haven't been great in the past, but respect there. Here's Stafford. And then a great play by the San Francisco defense. Stafford throwing this right into double coverage here. So what are they playing here? It looks like they're playing cover 3 zone here. Because it looks like they have a safety in the middle here. It's hard to see from this angle, but... Yes, they do. Yes, that's what they're playing because he comes over here and makes the play. Him and number 4. Because 4 is the corner here. Yep, so they're playing cover 3 because, yep, this guy's the one that comes over, I think. And then he's a linebacker. Yep, they're playing cover 3 zone here. And he just throws this right into double coverage. This is not a smart play here, Matt Stafford. This is a Matt Stafford Lions play right here. This is a play Matt Stafford would have made on the Lions. This is not a play you make on the Rams. Dumb. Especially when you're tied and the other team has all the momentum and you throw a dumb forced ball like that into double coverage in cover 3. When the safety's right there to make the play too. Anyway, here's San Francisco going against man coverage. He trips here, Jennings, and that blows this play up. 3rd and 10 here. Here comes the Rams. Great pass rush here, but Stafford able to get this off and finds Jefferson wide open in the middle of the field here. 20, man. You got to make this play on the ball here. Wake up. Here we go. Man coverage again for the Niners, and they end up getting a nice sack here. I think they send 4. Yeah. No, they send 5. I'm sorry. Sent 5 and get the sack here. Nice play by 54. I formation here for the Niners, and they just do a nice little pitch play here, which goes for some good yards. Jimmy G, man. Screen to Debo, who just takes this, man, and Debo is just get the ball in this guy's hands. But I will talk about Debo, and I'll talk about the Niners a little bit at the end of this game. But here, Jimmy G again. Wait here, let me see how he makes this. Oh, bro. Yeah. All day. Ayuk had a really good game in this one. I don't know where he's at. Is he hurt or what? I don't even know. But empty backfield here for Jimmy. And here you go. Here you go right here. Oh, no, Jimmy. Jimmy, no. He's forcing this. Right here. Jennings is wide open. Throw this right here. Instead, he throws this here into traffic. Forcing it. And I know you've got Kittle on Ramsey on a one-on-one here, but dude. Was this a pick? Hang on. Was this an interception? Oh my God. Was that a pick? That was. Oh my goodness. That was an interception. Insane. I never saw this. I didn't actually watch this whole game. Oh my. My, oh my. Anyway, so the Rams get the ball back here. Oh, wait, I like this. So you got Cooper Kupp coming in motion here. And they're just going to give him the sweep. And I like this too, getting the blocker out here. Follow your blocker. There you go. That's how you do it. Good rush. Really good play call. Here we go. Stafford off his back foot. Oh, my. Oh, my. What a ball from Matt Stafford. Arguably one of the best balls I've seen him throw in this game. I mean, look at this. Off his back foot. Oops. Did not want that. And look at that, man. Off his back foot makes that throw. That's insane. Wow. What a grab. What a throw. So they get a penalty there. That sets up. Here we go. So now Rams at the 4-yard line. Man coverage from the Niners. And look at this. Cooper Kupp just slips through. That is a tough ball, too. But, I mean, he was pretty focused with Higbee here. And number one's not even looking for the ball. So, touchdown. And now you've got Jimmy Garoppolo gets sacked here. They're sending 5. They get the sack. Who's that? Von Miller that makes the play here. Yep. Von Miller. 68 gets beat like a drum here by Von Miller, who is a fantastic rush. I mean, it's not even close, dude. 68, man. Not even close. Von Miller's like, don't touch me, bro. Easy. Like, literally one of the easiest sacks I've ever seen. Look at this. I don't like having Cooper Kupp as the lead blocker on that play call. That's why this kind of blows up. And had he not made a good play, the runner here, you know, not a huge fan of that. Jimmy Garoppolo. Boom. Debo. Good look. They're coming out in man coverage here, the Rams. I'm sorry, they're not. They were showing man, but they were disguising. They're actually in zone. And that leaves this whole entire middle third of the field wide open for Jennings to just waltz in. Hang on here, man. Somebody needs to step up here. I mean, dude, what is going on here? You've got 2 guys in the end zone here and nobody here. Just a blown coverage. And it costs them big time. This is the kind of stuff that's going to kill you for any of these 4 teams that play in this game, in these 2 games. It's going to kill them to make those kind of plays defensively. You got to be on your P's and Q's. You got to make sure every man and every space is accounted for. And if it's not, at least know what places are being given up. Can't afford to have those kind of mistakes. I mean, dude, that ties this game up. Puts this game in overtime, which we go to. And that's the thing, man. I mean, I know this is not, you know, the most impressive throw in the world, but god damn if that's the right throw to make. I mean, look at that. So it's like, yeah, Jimmy G, you know, he's not the most spectacular quarterback in the world, but this is the right read. This is the right play to make. And look what it does. It puts you in overtime. Gives you a chance to win this football game. You were down 17-0. Just a collapse from the Rams, really. And then look at this. Good play call here. Gets the one-on-one here. Great route from Jennings. He had a huge game in this one. Look at this, man. Staying on his feet. Jennings, man, I really like him. They need to throw to him in this next one. Because I didn't really see much of him in the game against against Green Bay. Didn't really see much of him, but really didn't really see all that much of the offense from the Niners either. They just the bare minimum, honestly. There's a dump to Kittle in the flat, and that ends up setting up. But let's see what actually set up this. Here's a 3rd and 3. Dude, Jennings, he really won them this game. I mean, what a fantastic game this was from him. And then 3rd and goal. They try to get Kittle in the end zone here on a one-on-one with the corner, but the corner makes a really nice play here. And it forced them to have to, well, do what Robbie Gould does best. Win the football game in SoFi Stadium. Insane. Well, not exactly, because that's right. They get to come back and get a chance to score because it was only a field goal in the opening possession. That's right. So, yeah, a try here from the Rams. You've got man-to-man coverage. They're giving up the entire deep third of the field. They're giving up the entire deep field here, man. So if I'm Stafford, throw this deep. And he can't get... Oh, wait. No, they had one guy back. But Cooper Kupp. There's flags everywhere. They call a pass interference. Yeah, he pulled on the jersey a little bit. I mean, whatever. That wasn't really a catchable ball, but whatever. They get the first down. Oh, and they get a one-on-one here for Odell Beckham Jr., which blows up right in their face. Hang on, let's go back here. So you've got deep man coverage here you've got soft man coverage here from the 49ers because they know this is going deep. And Matt Stafford forces this anyway because he sees the one-on-one and he thinks Odell Beckham can beat this, and he does. He beats this coverage. The ball is just severely underthrown. Odell Beckham beat this. He ran a pretty good route here. I mean, look, right there he's got him beat. And then he realizes that the ball's underthrown and he's got to come back to it, but it's too late. I mean, Matt Stafford has a cannon too, so I don't know what happened here, but this is a costly miscommunication. This loses him the game. And, I mean, this was Matt Stafford's fault. This was a criminally underthrown football. I mean, look at this. Odell Beckham had him by at least a yard. See? And he realized he has to come back, and by then it's too late. I mean, yeah, and that does it, man. 27-24, 49ers. So, I mean, just these kind of mistake plays are going to be the things that cause it for the Rams. These kind of mistake plays, that's what's going to cause them. Bad reads, underthrown balls against this defense. But my thing is with the 49ers is they looked pretty banged up after that Green Bay game. I mean, Ayuk was not Ayuk, I'm sorry. Deebo Samuel, he was stumbling off the field. He wasn't 100%. Nick Bosa's, got an ankle injury. I think he's got something lingering. Trent Williams did not look great after the game. He looked pretty banged up. So, I mean, I don't know, man. The Niners, they look pretty drained. But at the same time, they've beaten the Rams twice, including in SoFi. So, it'll be interesting to see what happens. And this is going to be a very career-defining game for Jimmy Garoppolo in a lot of ways. Because a lot of people just don't know what to think about Jimmy G. They're like, and as we saw in this game, he made some really dumb mistakes throwing into double coverage, forcing stuff. But at the same time, when he's just cool and he's allowed to just manage the game, and he makes the right reads and he makes the right throws when he needs to, and he does just enough to win football games. And this defense is really good for San Francisco. They're a really good man coverage defense, and their man held up, obviously, especially at the end of the game here. So, I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting, and it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with this game. Obviously, like I said, I'm a little bit more excited for the other one, but I do think this is a really intriguing game, and between two teams that have a lot of bad blood. Obviously, the Niners have won the last 6 of these games, but if I had to predict it, man, I think the Rams are going to win this one. I do. I just think that the Niners are pretty banged up, and their offense didn't look great against Green Bay, and had it not been for Green Bay's special teams choking and their receivers not getting open and Rodgers making some questionable throws, they probably would have won that game, the Packers. But with that being said, I'm not taking away from San Francisco. They're a good football team, and you know what? Like, nobody thought they would be here either, and they got nothing really to lose either. So, like, they're kind of playing with house money too, and the Rams already have narratives about them being choke jobs, and especially with Matt Stafford and all this. Like, I could see things going wrong for the Rams and the Niners somehow winning a third game against them. But again, I mean, this Rams defense is legit. This Rams pass rush is legit. The Rams have really good coverage corners, Jalen Ramsey, and good DBs around them. So, like, I'm just, I don't know. I'm kind of split, but I like the Rams in this. I think it's going to be Rams. Give me Rams 27, 49ers 16. I'll go 27-16 Rams. I think it's going to be close in the first half, and then the Rams are going to start figuring it out and start picking apart. Kind of similar. It'll be kind of like an opposite of last week. Though I think the Rams will come out slow and try and figure things out in the first half, and then turn the Jets on and start beating them, and start wearing down the defense a little bit because the 49ers, like I said, they're banged up. They're just, I don't know. It's interesting. They do match up really well against the Rams. That's why I'm like stumbling, because I'm like, man, like they do match up well, but I don't know. It's exciting. It's intriguing, and we're gonna have to see what happens with it. But yeah, that's my wild card. Or I'm sorry, wild card. Wild card's way over. This is the AFC Championship, NFC Championship previews. I mean, yeah, these are gonna be two great games. I'm really excited. Fun football weekend, and yeah, I definitely have a little bit. I have a dog in the fight. Go Houday, go Bengals. And yeah, I'm gonna be watching, and I'll definitely do a review, breakdown of Bengals and Chiefs, and obviously Rams and Niners. So I'll do that as well. But yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody, man, and this has been really fun. I want to do more of these film session stuff, if I don't get copyright rocked on too many of them. I'd love to do more of these, but if I do, then I'll figure something else out. But I definitely want to do more sports stuff, more basketball stuff, too. So I'll try and do some of this game film stuff with basketball, too, but it's a little bit harder to get away with it. The NBA is a lot tougher with this stuff, and not saying the NFL isn't, because they're really annoying with it, too, but yeah, I don't know. It'll be nice. I think it's kind of a fun thing to do every once in a while. Is kind of just look at the film, because, like I said, the eye in the sky does not lie. So, yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know who's gonna win either of these games if you're watching, and yeah, let me know what you guys think. About Mahomes versus Burrow. Stafford versus Garoppolo. It's going to be a good wars, man, all over. So, great weekend of football coming up here Sunday. And, yeah, have a great weekend. And more Heat on games are coming. More podcast stuff. More movie reviews. More album reviews. More lists. I still got to the top 10 movies. Going to get that done, too. So, much more different stuff coming. A lot of different content. I want to really kind of expand my range and touch a bunch of different audiences. So, yeah, that's what we're doing, and come along for the ride. Thanks for everything, and I'll see you guys later. Houday.